Hey guys, it's Olga. I have gotten a ridiculous amount of requests for how to draw an eye or paint an eye, and I don't think I could very easily explain painting an eye because painting is actually still kind of a mystery to me. But I thought I would put together a small little video, very close up, um, of me attempting to draw an eye. I actually love drawing eyes. I find them like they're like doodles to me. I don't find them particularly challenging, but it may be because it's what I draw constantly when I am doodling. Conversely, I find really simple things incredibly confusing all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you how I attempt to make an eye. Probably the first thing you need to keep in mind is that behind an eye is an eyeball, which is round. And hopefully you can see well enough. I'm zoomed in as far as I can get with, I guess, sort of good resolution. But anyway, so you've got this lovely round eye that's in a head. And keep your lines really soft. Don't commit to any big oppressive lines. So anyway, you've got the tear duct here on the inner corner of your eye. And with most eyes, you're going to have the outer edge a little higher up on the outside. So from this inner edge here, you can do kind of a little half moon-ish type of line. And actually a lot of eyes, this is more angular, this line here. I made that a little bit too dark, but anyway. And so then you've got this top lash line here. And you can actually flare this out. I don't know why I do that, but I do that constantly. So then from the inner side, you've got, I don't know what the hell this is called, but it's this little triangular area in your eye, and you can always use your own eye for reference. You're a free model, you're always available, so you can always look in a mirror, take a picture of yourself, what have you. So you've got this little triangle here, and then it kind of goes up just a little bit. And I don't know why, but I for some reason kind of go in from one side and then back in from the other side. But an eye actually has this little shelf on it. So you've got what touches the eyeball, and then you've got this little shelf where the lashes actually come out of. And there's that line. And then you can go ahead and start working on your actual lid. And you just want to follow kind of the shape of the orbit of the actual eyeball. Leave that. You can go ahead and drop your iris in. And then this upper lash line that's here, it casts a shadow, hangs over the eye, so you can just kind of draw that in a little bit, draw that in a little bit. And drawing is just, I mean, multiple strokes with the pencil is what's going to make it, it's going to give it depth. And the more little tiny fine lines that you have in here, it's just going to be more interesting without even really doing anything. So, let's make this a little bit darker. And then accordingly, since the iris is actually darker than the white of the eye here. This is going to be a little bit darker where that shadow is cast. And then you can go ahead and drop your pupil in. And then on a light colored eye, a lot of times you're going to have, maybe always, you're going to have the outside of the eye will be kind of darker. And you can just color this in. You get lighter as you go towards the bottom because there's more light. And then maybe you've got a reflection of light. Whoa. My cat just went crazy. Okay. There you go. And I would suggest studying an eye too, because if nothing else, they're really cool to look at. So, there we go. Look at that. It looks like an eye already. Again, keeping in mind that this is, you know, a round ball that's back here. There's going to be more light hitting it in the center and less light hitting it at the sides. So you can go ahead and start darkening in this. Again, getting lighter towards the center. And I use my fingers constantly. I get confused if I have too many special tools. So I use my fingers for blending constantly. However wrong or right that may be. And so this is a little bit darker. Go ahead, make your lash line darker now. And this is obviously a woman's eye. Or I think it's pretty obvious that it's a woman's eye. I think women's eyes, I think women in general are more interesting to draw or paint or what have you. So now you've got your lash line. And it's there. Keep in mind that in this little area right here, light hits it. So this will be lighter. And you can just kind of avoid shading that. We're almost done. Yay! Again, you've got this orbit here, so you can keep this a little bit lighter in the center. The more contrast you're going to have, the more it's going to look shinier and almost not wetter per se, but kind of sort of a little bit. Make your lower lash line a little bit darker. And also on the other side, sometimes there's this nice little light source here. Lighting's always going to change things. I'm doing this for no reference, so this is just how my brain remembers an eye to be. But depending on what reference photo you use, if you use a reference photo, it's going to be a little bit different. And so, next to where the nose is, comes in kind of at this angle. And it's dark because it's depressed. And again, this little fat pad here above the eye is going to be catching more light. So you're going to want to make this darker. And then you go up under the brow, or where a brow should be. It's going to get lighter. And so the brow bone is going to come up. This nice little curve. It kind of loops around, or at least in my brain it does. And so then, because this is creasing back toward the side of the head, that's going to be darker over here. And this little fat pad protruding here is going to be lighter. And a couple of creases here go crazy. And some lower lashes. This she's fancy. Let's just go ahead and make it a little bit darker. Also taking every bit of me not to sing while I'm doing this. A little bit darker here. Woohoo! We have got a real eye here. And then when you actually know where your lines are going to be, you can start really committing to these lines and put in some nice dark lines. And then for my arches, maybe a stray hair. Maybe she hasn't tweezed in a while. Also, where kind of this orbit depresses a little bit, and you've got the cheek forming, it's a little bit darker here. If you're really tired, it's a lot darker. And there's another fat pad here, which is why this catches a little bit more light than this. Where the hole in the head actually begins, that houses the eyeball. Alright, I think I'm pretty well done. Hopefully, this video is not gone in vain, and it helped at least a couple of people out in some way. I don't really consider myself a very good teacher of anything, but I've gotten a lot of requests for how to draw an eye, so I thought I'd take a couple minutes out of the day and see if I can't answer that for you. Thanks for watching!